Welcome to my channel. This is a reading for Scorpio for March 2020, career and finance. Just to give you a quick layout, a quick understanding of my layout, how I've drawn things out. These are cards here that just indicate that there will be energies surrounding March career and finance. The rest of the reading is more specific to career and finance. So again, these are just the general energies for March 2020, career and finance for Scorpio. And these are more specific to the details of the reading. These are actually clarifiers below the death card and also a clarifier below the moon card. So just to start out, I'm looking at the three decks I'm using would be the Archangel Power Tarot cards, as well as the Wisdom of the Higher Realms card by Colette Baron Reed, and of course Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine, and then the Fortune Reading cards as well, and that's by Sharina Starr. So starting out, I will start with the Wisdom from the Hidden Realms deck, and that one is the Word Lord card. So again, that one is actually speaking to communication, praise, and dishonesty. So that card in particular is letting you know that, there is, because the word Lord actually is supposed to rule communication of all kinds. So it's about speaking positively and, whether it's to yourself or to others, because that energy comes back to us. It's that law of abundance. And so when you put out, what you put out is also what you get back. So it's just that reciprocity in the world and karmic energy. So, you want to say affirming positive words is basically what it's indicating, both to yourself as well as to others, because that energy is going to return to you in some kind of physical form. So, anyway, so it's just about how energy carries in the universe. And so again, you want to, because it seeks to manifest in a physical way, that's just how our energies work. You want to make sure that what you're putting out to your body, what you say to your body, how you treat your body, all of those things are relevant. So again, because it's about communication, you want to respond to your, even insofar as reducing it down to the body form as well as your mental aspects. You want to make sure that you are thankful for the things that are there for you, and thankful for the accomplishments that you have had to date, and just making sure that you sort of pay it forward. So any time that you're speaking to somebody, try to give praise, and again, because I think sometimes we're really hard on ourselves, you also want to give praise to yourself for overcoming hurdles, or being able to learn from mistakes, and not to be too hard on yourself, because again, all of that energy manifests in some kind of physical form. So moving on to the Well Watcher. Again, this is just the general energies for March. It says Wisdom, Power of the Divine. So this one is actually just letting you know that you need to kind of go inward, with this card here. So with the Well Watcher, it's like, really the equivalent to the Hermit card. Because when you go inward, you speak to, or you get in touch with the divine, that little inner voice within yourself. And it's just that you're being called to follow that inner power, that unseen energy, that unseen power. The universe is trying to align you with that. So you can do that through affirmations or prayers or whatever it is for you, just to bring resolution to any problems or difficulties that you're having through the month of March. And again, it's just listening to that small inner voice to let you know that you do have support from the universe. So the final card over here is the Eagle King, and that's the big picture. It's angelic help. So again, it's also, letting you know that your highest destiny is within reach. So you are on the right path. So whatever your course is, it's a fortunate time for you. So things are moving in a positive direction. But again, just to stay on course by, staying positive, and for sure putting out positivity, as well as making sure that you stay connected to the divine throughout. So the other cards here is from the Fortune deck. And the first one is it's the Phoenix. So being prepared to be renewed. So it's after a period of crisis. So that one is really just speaking to, obviously the rising of the Phoenix, and how, things were reborn. And much more powerful and positive, and as it shows in the card there. So it's basically that you have experienced some kind of major crisis, at some point here, whether it was just something that you've just gotten over, but either way, it could be a breakup or a relationship, business partnership, anything like that, some kind of major crisis, that is somehow influencing the energies for the month of March. But again, it could have been a failed business project or idea, job loss. Maybe you lost some course that you wanted to pass, so you didn't do as well as you expected, something along that line. Could even be, maybe the loss of someone that was close to you, that made you feel, I don't want to say devastated necessarily, but, just made you feel as though you weren't able to quickly recover from it. But I mean, this card in itself is letting you know you are reawakening, you're rebirthing, you are now becoming more powerful. Everything is moving in the right direction. So, even in terms of relationships, and I speak to relationships only on a sort of a surface level here because the reading is about career and finance, but I find, again, relationships really are commingle oftentimes with our money situations. So, and again, business relationships, personal relationships, friendships, all of those things oftentimes are influencing factors on decisions and things that, relate around our money. So again, this card is about representing power. So it's about prosperity in all areas of your life. And, especially because it's followed by the Cracker card. Again, that speaks to that powerful energy there. So this is about that symbol of freedom, doing things that you've always wanted to do, things that are long-term, long-range goals. Your vision is you've got clearer vision at this time for the month of March. It's about being positive again, and, you're just shining. So this is a time where, in terms of relationships, you don't want to waste time on things that aren't working. Put those on the back burner, or, visit them at a later date if it's people that you need to have in your life, family, or people that aren't overly supportive, because you want to feed the relationships that help you to grow stronger. So, because you are embracing a new chapter in your life here with the Phoenix. So, again, it's, balancing out things with, personal relationships, that yin yang energy. It could even highlight the birth of a child, although, and it could actually, because I mean, I do see, although I'm kind of jumping around a bit here with the abundance card down here, also a Libra energy, but with the Empress. But in terms of career and money with Phoenix, this is also a time for making necessary changes, to make those dreams a reality. And so it helps you to let you know that you are actually able to move to the top. You're able to rise to the top, and your finances will improve. You have creativity at your advantage. Your talents, it's talents that you may not have even realized that you had, starting to emerge here. So these are all really positive, strong energies for overall for the month of March. And again, with the Cracker energy, that's about positive energy that's surrounding you also. So it's love and joy and good fortune, as the card says here. But again, it's just about you being on fire. This is a time where you are really attractive. Your aura is drawing good news, good people. It's, delivering excitement professionally. Your efforts are being recognized. This is a time where you really want to prepare and look the part as well. There's a lot of action with this card here. So this is potentially even suggesting that there could be travel highlighted. But again, in terms of actual relationships with business or personal relationships, it also speaks to you attracting many admirers, that kind of thing. But also, again, don't overindulge. You want to remain balanced as you're going through here. Career and finance speaks to that enthusiastic attitude that you have. People are really recognizing your positivity. And again, it's just you being admired, and, you're able to get promotions or win money, that kind of thing. Could be an excellent time as well, just for any kind of purchasing or property or things along that line. So selling and investing. But basically, you're just being more assertive and asking for what you want. So skipping around here to the Eight of Ariel with the Archangel Power Tarot cards. That one is the pink card here. So again, this card actually does say, that it says, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect, and consider getting additional education or training. So that one really does speak to you doing excellent work. So again, this is just about you, having the energy and the effort that you have put out is now financially supporting you. It's beginning to manifest. There's rewards that are coming through with this card. So for the month of March, you are starting to see something coming through. It does indicate that you might be considering changing a job, but with this card, and I'll, look around here and see whether or not that also is highlighted in the rest of the reading, but it's also about possibly changing careers with this card as well, but the things will go very well, so there's nothing to concern yourself with, but it's again, you investing in yourself for a long-term goal that's going to pay off, and there is some learning involved with this. Whether it's you researching, attending seminars, or going to school, doing something creative that you're having to expand on, but, job training, whatever, it's just a card of you having to, repeatedly do something to better yourself, but again, it's benefiting from research. Okay, so moving on to the not Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles down here. This is the beginning of the reading. So this is actually, again, the other cards were just about general energy. So this is the beginning of March. You're starting off trying to find balance. So the Two of Pentacles is really, it's just a card that, indicates that you have, maybe you were a little bit off balance, but you are a multitasker. This is somebody who has the ability to, to kind of watch for obstacles and is able to, to go forward and turn hobbies into careers and this kind of thing, work on a lot of projects at once and has maybe several sources of income. So again, it's just juggling those options, but finding balance in the beginning of March here. So going with the flow. You also have the Three of Pentacles, and that's a progression there. So, you have found the balance because it is following with the Three of Pentacles, which is about success that's being assured here. So again, it's team spirit. It's a lot of involvement from others that is helping you to find that recognition and that material gain. It's about you having some skill and competence in what you're doing, but again, still benefiting from further research. But you are able to meet your goals with this, and there is manifestation. So you do enjoy working as a team with this card as well. You're grounded, you're able to plan and benefit from working in a collaborative way. So again, it's teamwork, working with others, that kind of thing. There are a lot of options here for you as well, because you have this expertise. You've opened up some doors for yourself with the Seven of Cups there, and that's also speaking to fulfillment, the cups. So the Seven of Cups, again, it can also indicate there's some anxiety, but generally, and if that's the case, then of course, the advice would be to get focused, find ways to focus, but it can also be suffering from a little, just a little bit of overcommitment issues here as well. So it's having a lot of options, being a little overcommitted, but you're definitely, moving in the right direction here. And again, that was reinforced with the Eagle King. But it's, it's just about you having even some high expectations for yourself. But again, this is still gains in finance. It's just, little incremental at this time at the beginning. So again, just stay focused on your goals and your dreams and moving forward. So this next card here with the Moon is speaking to things that are sort of below the conscious level. So it's things that might be hidden, it's secrets, it's, there could be some underlying feelings of anxiety or something that you're dealing with there. It's really, I had a clarifier card that it was in regards to money here too, because the Page of Pentacles is a messenger on that front. But, the Moon card isn't always a bad card. I mean, it's a time of reflection. You could be just going inward to ask for some divine guidance, that kind of thing. It could also speak to there being a bit of a warning here, that you're just feeling a little vulnerable or afraid or anxious. It can be just speaking to insecurities around money is, actually that's more what I'm feeling with this card, especially too because it's surrounded by, a card with anxiety. But I wouldn't worry about it. There's nothing here that's severely blocking you in any way. So again, just a little bit of anxiety and insecurity because this is also an anxiety card. But it's just feeling a little vulnerable around money but as long as you're not lingering there too long, you won't block yourself from any success, which I do see things kind of moving in a more positive direction. But it does look like it's, still in that beginning, maybe week and a half or so, because you do have some kind of death or transformation card here as well following. Again, it's still all in relation to money, though. So it could even be some kind of a misunderstanding that's in around the money. But either way, this is about the moon letting you know something needs expression. So, and able to unblock yourself. So, just addressing some kind of emotional issue that you have around the money. But it's also a powerful card of intuition. So, just note that, that you do need to, you were given cards from the very beginning of March indicating that you need to focus on, going inward and trying to, get through that hurdle. You need to actually speak to the divine and ask for some guidance to get through it. So again, looks like the beginning here of March, you have a few issues to deal with. But again, as a clarifier, the page does speak to you getting practical. So because it's indicating that there's some stressors here and, you not feeling completely secure around the idea of money, this page indicates that you have a strong commitment financially. So you are going to be able, that's clarifying the moon card, which is also, somebody who's getting practical and reliable and, able to set the wheels in motion and get past it. Your next card is actually the Ace of Pentacles, and that is a really strong card for prosperity and reward. You're centered here. This is a time of, seeding success and projects get going. So things are starting to move into a new beginning and a period of security, as well as that abundance and prosperity. And it's now the power to get where you need to go. And again, you've got skills that are already built up here. And again, the overall energies, even for March, indicated that you had those skills. So, it's, again, you'll still be continuing on with the education toward that and research, but you definitely have financial stability and prosperity that is starting to manifest here with the Ace. So that's financial gain and recognition. That's stability right there. So then we're moving on to the Death card. Again, it's not necessarily, it's metaphoric, some kind of a transition or end of a cycle here, that there's a rebirth around, because it does show that you do have, like Seven of Wands as well as the Four of Swords. So there's some anxiety and defensiveness that's going around this resistance toward that beginning there. But, unable to go forward, we really do have to release the past and try to, let go of those negative attachments to things. So it could be representative of, some kind of a mindset, or maybe something that physically that you had to let go of and release. But either way, it's letting go, going back to basics, just getting back to, you're overcoming something, and it's just getting back to growth, basically. So again, eliminating what isn't necessary, and just do what you can. And again, it is a rebirth card. So, and again, that's a positive. So every part of a cycle is important. So again, it could even be emotional healing around something there. Because again, you are up in your head here with the Four of Swords, and the Four does indicate you trying to find balance, and the Swords does speak to, a mindset. So again, that's a clarifier, and the Four of Swords is really just about you trying to find a way to get past, maybe you needed to slow down and you were pushing too hard. Maybe you felt stuck, paralyzed, with your own fears. But either way, it wasn't constructive communication going on here with yourself. So again, it's just slowing down, relaxing, pulling back, and trying to move forward with the Wands, because Wands are about action. And with the Seven of Wands, again, that was just about you being a little on the defensive side. It's still speaking to you moving forward, but it's about having to defend yourself in some way, feeling like you're a little vulnerable, you've got some deeper fears that you're dealing with, you're a little defiant, you're standing your ground here. Maybe you're facing criticism of some sort from people, maybe it's even from yourself, but you are being asked to stand strong, to stay strong, get back into your power here with the Strength card following that. So again, in the beginning months of March, there's a bit of a struggle there, for you to try to find balance. but everything following that is about you overcoming that hurdle. So again, no, don't let yourself linger in something when you know you're going to get past it. You just have to allow yourself to kind of retreat for a bit and look within for your answers. But the next card beyond the Strength card was the Ace of Swords. And again, the Ace of Swords is still new opportunities and change, all of that with that card. So that's having mental clarity as well. And I think in this case, it's really just about you overcoming some kind of emotional issue that you had, because you are facing up to that new challenge now with the Ace of Swords. So again, this is a card of expression. You know, it's being highlighted. There's a lot of clarity that's coming through as well with the, you know, the wisdom of the divine. So again, it's about honesty and justice and so on with this card here as well. And I mean, this card could even speak to, you know, if we were kind of referencing time frames, you know, some kind of rebirth, a new change here where you had mental clarity that, you know, was a day or a month or a year, that kind of thing. So I don't know what the issue was here that you had to overcome and be strong about, but again, you faced up to it here in the month of March. So you might have even had like just analysis paralysis, that kind of thing going on here too, because there was some anxiety cards as well, and overcommitments. But again, with the Ace, it's just about you believing in yourself, and you've got some new ideas that are coming through. You know, it's triumph, period, in the face of whatever opposition that you might have been confronted with. And again, the clarifier on that one was the Star card. So, you know, that's really just, as I said, I mean, it's a positive card. It is a card just highlighting some attention to that the divine is coming through for you. You're in touch with that universal energy. But again, it's a positive, fortunate omen, and it does draw attention to you having strong clarity of mind. And you're getting through, again, finding balance with the Six of Pentacles. So in terms of money, again, that's a reciprocity, loss and gain card. Can be a reconciliation of some sort, you being generous, someone else being generous to you. Could be you seeking approval for something as well. But again, it's a card of balance and fairness and that kind of thing. So it's just it's a promising card, you know, that as long as you're open to receiving as well, you know, I mean, things keep moving forward. And you are, I don't know if you can see these cards on the bottom half here. Maybe I'll just pull this forward. This card here is actually, these are the bottom two cards. It's the Empress, and then you also have Temperance. So this is the card of patience, and this is the card of abundance. These are just the following cards. They're not clarifiers. But the abundance card, again, you know, this is speaking to new ideas and things coming through. It can actually be indicating some kind of a pregnancy issue, but again, this is more of a financial reading, so I don't see a lot of strongly supporting cards in that direction. But I would say, you know, overall with the Empress, that you do actually have something, you know, that you're nurturing, whether it's an idea or you're getting back to yourself and you're nurturing yourself. You're feeling good either way. And again, it does speak to creativity and taking action and things being harmonious and, you know, you following your instinct. It's also that card of the divine coming through here as well. It's the birth of an idea. It's all of those things. It does speak to, you know, material wealth, property, that kind of thing that is, you know, moving forward in the month of March. But again, you're being asked to be patient with the Temperance card. So rewards are coming your way with this card as well. And again, I'm also getting a feeling that it's also related to, you know, just you being good to yourself. It is a Libra energy. If it's speaking to a person, you know, again, that's somebody who is, you know, that maternal self-development kind of energy involved here. But again, this, if we were talking about a time frame, that could be somewhere in the 44-day range or whatever. But again, it's about you owning your power when you're in this mindset. So moving on to the Temperance, as I said, that was your outcome card. And the Temperance was just asking you to be patient. It is a card of divine coming through. It's harmony, it's understanding. It's about you finding that middle way to achieve your goals. So, you know, it's a healing energy. So I get the feeling for the month of March, there is actually not only just, you know, some talk here about the Pentacles, you know, moving in a positive direction, you having anxiety over, your creative process here. You felt maybe a little overcommitted. There was some anxiety. You had some doubt, self-doubt, and then you had to rebirth with, you got a little confused. Something has happened with the mindset here. You were told to stand in your power, take control of your life again. You did find some mental clarity here as we moved further toward the end of the month. And then there was balance, and then again, with the abundance, you've got synchronicity here with the Temperance card as well. So that's the universe coming through to keep guiding you. So you've got lots of connection here, combination of forces, and again, all of the beginning general cards for general energy for Scorpio for career and finance also spoke to the same. About you talking positively to yourself and putting it out into the world in the same way, and also speaking to your body and all of that in the same intuitive, manifesting way, because the energy does manifest in a physical way. Everything that is going through our minds also tries to seek a material manifestation. So anyway, universe is synchronizing things for you to make it happen in terms of your career and so forth, but just you do need to have some patience here. And again, it sounds like you need to also do some inner healing work there and try not to be so, hard on yourself. But either way, miracles happen with this card. So good luck for the month of March, and we'll talk to you in April.